Hey, no, Ushavori, no, I told you, you are banned for life. This is, everybody's welcome, but you know what you did. Get out of here. I can't have this, we're about to go on. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Tavern of Tomes. My name is R.K. Fox, and I am joined today by my fellow storytellers, Samuel Bowen and the one and only Rachel. And together, we're going to weave a world of myth and legend. You see, the walls of my tavern are lined with leather-bound books filled with blank pages. And once a week here at the tavern, we open a tome at dusk and fill its pages with stories. The world outside is dark and scary. It has its beauties, but they're harder to see at night. So for the time being, let's leave this world and go adventure, shall we? So last we left off, we did some very, very specific scenes. I'll go over a little bit. We had a letter sent to Alexander Orthel, president of the Alteran University, agreeing to get a hex light and, all these different things. Being happy to meet with Mylar when he arrives on the airship, as it will land in Tansona at the beginning of this upcoming month. We had a little bit of a discovery about Los Colores Vivos on behalf of Ethereon, figuring out a couple different places they might gather, and he sort of hedged his bets, hoping that 2 out of those 4 locations might be a chance for him to meet with them, and he managed to do it. He got a very public invitation to a meeting that was crashed but luckily protected by a number of different people working in the public security to keep the governor of Tansona safe while he was meeting with one of the higher-ranking members of Los Colores Vivos. Furthermore, Mylar attempted to do some back-alley stuff, trying to figure out who the leader of Los Colores Vivos was, but wasn't able to find anything. But she started to build this documentary about the works of Los Colores Vivos, which attracted enough attention that she got a very bizarre message from what she suspected and turned out to be the leader of Los Colores Vivos, saying, "I heard you were looking for me." The governor of Tansona, Ethereon, met with this mysterious figure in what was either an abandoned building or just a building not in use this night. And they explained to him how they just want to be free of this leadership, which has forced them into a state of undesired inactivity regarding the world around them. All while defacing the building around them, and then mysteriously vanished when Ethereon did not appear to have any oppositions to them freeing themselves, and wanted to see geomancy brought to the limelight of the world, but could not roll high enough on a persuasion check, was not able to convince them to join the Children of Consequence. Mylar met in the middle of the jungles of the Quadratica with the leader of Los Colores Vivos, who did not introduce themselves, did not give any clarity about who exactly they were, but performed this very interesting type of magic that had these musical elements, but also had these very clear, nearly arcane seeming glyph work and spell work, and communicated a lot of similar notions to what was communicated to Ethereon, but furthermore communicated to her that the Myth Unending Company appears to be siphoning power from use of the Hexnet. And we left off knowing that in mere days, the airship would be arriving at Tansona for its first stop on its world tour. So I would like to hand it over to you guys real quick. What would you like to do in preparation? Also, for those of you who are listening, we are not doing, during this last phase of the year, the epistolary, discovery, and rumor phases. It is just straight into what's going on.
Question.
Answer.
How long is the airship going to be here? Is it just like a day, a week?
The airship intends to be docked here for like 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days.
But the big arrival is this huge event that Tonsona has, the Archon Elisa Picard has decided to throw for its arrival.
All right. Ethereon will be prepping for the arrival of the airship with just trying to send letters to the Living Colors and just see if he can at all get any response from them. Just being as open and as honest as he can that he really wants to help them, and that he is actually very sympathetic to their cause.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another persuasion check.
Okay. 15.
15. All right, I'm going to make a roll here. Okay. The response that you get is a response just saying, if you want to help our cause, don't be there when the ship arrives.
Yeah. Okay.
I will also remind you that your government has requested you be there.
The government itself requested me to be there.
Yes. Yeah, you were requested there by Archon Elisa Picard, as well as all of the other various governors of different sections.
Okay. Ethereon will have a plan for when the airship actually does arrive, or like slightly before it does.
Okay.
But until then, I'll be quiet.
Okay, sounds good. Elisa, is there anything you'd like to do in preparation?
Yes. Ideally, a couple of things. So I will start to work on the documentary for the airship coming in.
Okay, yes.
And what I'm going to do is kind of interview folks who are looking forward to, or maybe even opposed to, how do they feel about the airship? How do they feel about the advancement of this magic? I'm also going to specifically target people who have been using the Hexlight and tell them like it's a dual purpose. So we're talking about the airship and the advancement of magic, and also this is sponsored by Hexlight. So I would love to just kind of hear that. And then if I can, in my questions, try and suss out, do people feel like their magic is being siphoned, or have they noticed a difference in their magic use?
Yeah, for sure.
But just kind of have it as like the string of question, like, you know.
Yeah.
If what I'm saying makes sense. So
100%.
I will start.
Yeah, because right now you're just collecting footage, so you can be interviewing on experience of life stuff without posting that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just trying to collect data to see if it's true that it seems like magic is being siphoned, and then I will try and shoot another DM to the leader of Los Colores Vivos and just be like, what can I, if this is true, what can I do to help? And see if I get any responses.
Okay. Give me just a sec to take some. Mm-hmm. All right. So specifically, let's start with working on the documentary on the airship, trying to figure out if magic is being siphoned. What you get is a response of like just generically, these don't appear to be magic users. Like not everybody's a magic user, and
That is using Hexite.
exactly. And
Oh.
so like even the magic users aren't really reporting a big distinction at all. Like they're like, no, it's normal. But the non-magic users are still non-magic users. And like there's nothing that has altered apparently. It appears to just be the same as it was before. You get a message back from the leader of Los Colores Vivos saying, basically just saying, if you want to talk, we can't do it on here.
Okay. I mean, if I've got 2 weeks, I'll try and set another time and place.
Yeah. I will say, you don't have time to schedule another meeting with the leader of Los Colores Vivos. Well, actually, hold on. Give me a D20 luck check. Or actually,
Okay.
we'll not call it a luck check. Just roll a D20.
Okay, a 19.
19. Okay, you could get a meeting in before the airship arrives if you wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to, like,
Cool.
preferably close to the coming of the airship, so it's like I've gathered some information from other people.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to Ethereon. Is there anything else you'd like to do in preparation for the airship's arrival? Anything you'd like to do with your lackeys? Anything you'd like to touch on with the way society is currently standing?
You would more or less like to be able to kind of set up a, not necessarily like an interview, but of just a like, kind of like, just like a sort of like government official like update kind of thing.
Okay.
And sort of have it as something that could go up on the HexNet.
Okay.
And more or less, he would have it as sort of like, it's almost like somewhere in between of like government update and also like a really bad apology video.
Okay, interesting.
Of where he's like, it's talking to members of Living Colors. Like, it's been brought to my attention that like, because of what we've been doing as a government, like, this has stifled like our magic progress and our like innovation. And him being a governor, as being part of that, that in turn has sort of been his own failures. And so, sort of as a like, I am very much in support of these, this group, the Living Colors. I will not be there when the airship arrives. And having it sort of where the camera can sort of like zoom out as he's saying it, where you can see like he's sitting in his office, but his office is burning. And he will just simply sign off with, "Consider this my letter of resignation."
Holy crap! Okay. Yeah, for sure. 100%. Go ahead and give me a, oh my word, what do I want to call this? Go ahead and give me a, what are you trying to accomplish with this? Like specifically, because there is so many directions you could really take this. Like this could be a charisma intimidation check. This could, like, you could be intimidating the government to just fully back down. Like, there are a number of different directions you could be taking this.
I very much want it to be sort of something that would just like kind of just start a revolution of just like take down the government almost. So very much
Okay.
kind of intimidating the government, but also it could also be like persuading all the citizens. So
Okay, so I'll have a thing of the intimidation of leaders. We'll do an intimidation check for leaders and a persuasion check for citizens. Okay?
alrighty. 17 for intimidation,
Okay.
22 for persuasion.
Holy crap. Okay. 17 and 22. Good night. These are high rolls. 17's not crazy high, but for a level 8 character, that's pretty good. All right, folks. I will say we're going to jump to Mylar's meeting with the leader of Los Colores Vivos, and we're going to call that everything you guys can accomplish leading up to. Cool? So you've set up a new meeting. Where would you want the location to be?
Maybe in sorry, my brain. Wow. In an area that they have previously done artwork in. So
Okay, you want to meet somewhere in the city. Okay. All right.
they're not like super public, but just
Yeah, for sure. You find one of their more obscure murals that you particularly like. The leader of Los Colores Vivos, I assume you're meeting at night? Mm-hmm. Great. Leader of Los Colores Vivos, you just hear running on the rooftops of what you assume is like some sort of stone plating on the bottom of the shoes. And then off of one of the various roofs, you see sliding down the side of the roof. Give me a perception check.
Perception. 14.
Okay, that's high enough. This wasn't a hard thing. It was just a small detail. You notice there is a gap between, as he's sliding, a gap between his shoes, like the base of his shoes, and the roof itself. Like they're not actually making contact. He is gliding over it.
Okay.
And he kicks off, does like a really fancy flip that I'm not going to bother describing because I have no idea how to describe a flip, and lands in front of you. You wanted to talk again. Again in deep speech.
Yeah. If this is true, what is it that you need me to do? I'm all for the advancement of magic and helping people to understand what all is out there. And that's part of the reason why I was excited to bring the Hexlight to the Quadratica and help people to understand. But in my research, it doesn't seem like people are being siphoned of power. But if it's true, what are you hoping for? Why have you not made this knowledge public?
The people you're working for are very, very powerful. We understand aspects of what they're doing, even though we don't understand how they're doing it. They're siphoning magical power out of non-spell-based magic. There's something else they're drawing on. We don't know how it works. We don't know why it works. We simply know that if we're going to opt into, and he opens his Hexlight, if we're going to opt into this, we're not also going to opt into being used.
is that what you want for everyone, or just your band of people?
I'd be happy to break yours free now. We'd be happy to break everybody free. It doesn't matter to us. Do you extend your hex light? He just holds his hand out over yours, and you feel in the like pieces of metal in your hand, the glyph begin to shift and change. It is highly uncomfortable. As he's doing this, he's explaining what they've done is just a cheap shot at geomancy. It's a fraction of what we could accomplish. I barely have to think about what I'm doing here. And he just begins to hum. And as he begins to hum, you see your hex light activates. You didn't activate it. And appearing on your hex light are those same glyphs that are shifting and changing as he's doing it. And you see in a moment the colors invert and then flip back, but flip into the dark mode that his has been in. There might be some serious ramifications for that. But you made a choice. And that's all I want for everybody else.
Yeah, just thought of that as this was happening. Do I feel any different?
You perceive that there was a draw to your hex light, to utilizing it in particular ways and utilizing it at particular frequencies that you don't feel quite as heavily anymore. It's still there, but the burden has lessened.
Cool.
Immediately, you get a message from the CEO, Sylvain, going, Mylar, we've perceived that your hex light has gone offline. Is everything all right?
I'm gonna wait to respond. I'm gonna go back home.
Okay. You leave your meeting.
Yeah. Is the text still there?
The text, as in the message? Yeah.
No, sorry. The tech. They
Oh,
gave
the
me a little
technician.
technician.
Yes. Yeah, your technician
Yes.
is still there.
Okay. Cool. Is he eyeing me kind of weird? Anything like that?
I'm going to find out. You call evens or odds?
Odds.
Not only is that even, it's a natural 20. Do you want him to be eyeing you?
Not necessarily. I'm more just like trying to perceive, did he get a call from the CEO? Like, is he...
Well, so this is the question is, do you want the CEO to have reached out to him? Or do you want the CEO to have not, do you want him to know that something's up with you?
Yeah.
He's got nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
You called odds, and I rolled evens. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
No, that's totally great. Then I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay.
And act like everything's normal until the morning, and then I'll feign a I'm having issues with my hex light.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I just got the message in the morning. So I'll respond to the CEO in the morning and be like, my hex light, like, I'll respond like, yeah, it's acting really weird. I don't know what happened. But I'll respond in the morning like I just got it.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and give me a deception check.
Okay. I'm not very good at these. No. Oh, I have a +8. 16.
16. Okay, I'm gonna make a roll.
No.
I'm so
My second
sorry.
roll.
I'm so sorry. That's a 25.
No. Look, I rolled again. I had a 17. I would have had a 25.
Oof.
Darn.
No.
Can I give her the help action?
No, I'm afraid you can't.
These dice are betraying me.
In this moment, as you wake up and you send this message, you see like the little bubbles of an incoming message.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing for a while. And then you receive a large chunk of text saying, Mylar Glass, we thank you for your time with us. You are being recalled to Enval. We would like you to return to the CEO of Myth, or to the headquarters of Myth Unending as soon as you can. We will be teleporting someone in later this evening to bring you back.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Later this morning is the arrival of the airship.
Great.
So we're going to move to that. Ethereon, you're not at the arrival of the airship, correct?
So technically he's a wizard, so he's gonna use disguise self
Yeah,
to
for
try
sure.
to be there.
Yeah, all the spells you haven't
Just to
cast
see
this whole
what's
time.
exactly. So he will be there and just trying to look to see if he can find Mylar Glass, just so that he can kind of give her the message of like, hey, can we still be working together? Because he still wants to get kind of have her still as kind of his information point.
For sure. Mylar, do you go to the ship landing and the arrival? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to act like everything's normal. Obviously, I get the message, but...
100%.
Yeah.
So you arrive, you are absolutely hamming it up with people. You sort of get cordoned off by, security just to, keep you protected. I almost guarantee that you spend some time meeting with Elisa and with the Archon from... oh, goodness. I'm trying to remember all of these off the top of my head. So many people. Let's see. Archon. Oh, yeah, it is Archon Elisa Picard. Over Tansona. She's the one who was the very friendly female V-Swing. You find her. She is like interacting with you very kindly. To many degrees, is like being like, did you see what happened with our and like starts talking about Ethereon, the governor of Tansona, who just like abandoned the system and like like burned down a section of City Hall, and like it has been a PR disaster. We have been working through it, but it is and like eventually picks up the conversation in deep speech with you, and like
yeah, great. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, do you know why this is crazy?
She'll be like, yes, well, it all came out of the Living Colors group. He like was in support of them, and they really, really hate us, apparently. Like, they hate the leadership, do not like us, and in an act of support of them in opposition to us, he just left and destroyed public property. We haven't been able to find him. It's been a nightmare.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the Living Colors, they're an interesting group.
It's been an absolute disaster. I mean, the amount of time we have to spend, like, sequestering public employees and officials to clean up the messes they make. It's just, they have no respect for public property. It's horrendous.
I completely agree. Although the art is phenomenal, and I'm a big fan of kind of the...
Yes, it's very creative, but if you put it on a canvas, or at least, like, we have areas where we would enjoy public art, but they don't talk to us about it, they just do it.
True, but it's very popular on the Hexlight, and, there could be a way that you spin this PR-wise of,
Yeah.
thinking outside the box.
Yeah, maybe
we should chat sometime.
Potentially. Yeah, we should look into that, for sure.
Huh.
Anyway, let's go get to our spots and all that. We should get out on the docks and be ready to receive them.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, if I can, like, even as we're walking, talking on the Hexlight, try and message the leader again and just be like, I've been found out. If you can help me. Otherwise,
You just get a message back. Where are you right now?
The ship. Or the airship.
You just get a message back. Be ready to act.
Send a thumbs up.
Ethereon.
That got me off guard. Yeah. Can I get within range of at least just like 120 feet of Mylar glass so I can just send her a message?
Yeah, go for it.
Mm-hmm. And so just in Mylar's head, she would just kind of hear Ethereon to just be like, Mylar, it's Ethereon. Would you still be willing to work with me to help get information out about the weave? What's it called?
Infinitum.
Infinitum? Every time.
It's a tough word. It's a made-up word.
And I've already heard about the Weave Infinitum.
Yeah, the Weave Infinitum has been a thing that's been hinted at by various different articles. The big theory that's being posited is that, there's the idea of a time and space continuum, but when you put the weave over top, it forms something different, which they're calling an infinitum. Which is the real source of magic and is something a little bit larger, they theorize, than like the little 3 subcategories that everybody tries to hold magic in.
Great. I can respond back in my head.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Then you'll hear back. Absolutely. Also, don't trust the Hexlight.
Hearing that from Mylar, Ethereon would probably send back a message and just be like, don't trust it. I thought you were advocating for it. And then quickly follow that up with like, do you need help?
Help is on the way. I think they've been siphoning power. Just don't trust your Hexlight. So
we're going to move now to the ship. You see cresting over the clouds, it looks like a regular, like full galleon ship, cresting over the clouds and descending down to land in the water and sails in like the last mile. Pulls up to the dock, and as it's pulling up, out of nowhere, about half of like the first couple lines of the crowd burst out, darting for the ship, throwing on painted porcelain masks.
Would I be able to also send my lackeys in to kind of support them?
if you want to, I would absolutely allow you to have people, like I assumed you would have people positioned around, and if you would like to very quickly start shooting some messages, and
sort of like go.
Mylar, as you see this burst, your hex light, you feel like your hand just get that like tingle of arcane potential. Do you look down at your hex light?
Yes.
You see a message from the leader saying, if you want to come now, come quick. Otherwise, we'll be back.
Trying to take the ship.
Cool. I'm gonna go. I'm assuming I'm following the people running towards the ship.
For sure.
But
Yep.
real quick, I'm assuming I'm next to Elisa.
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. In deep speech, I'm gonna be like, thank you for everything. I'm so sorry. Don't trust the hex light. And then run.
Yeah, you book it. Go ahead. We're going to do a little bit of a brief skill challenge for you to see if you can make it onto the ship. We are going to do...
Can I try and reach up with her? As soon as I see her running, can I just start taking after her?
Absolutely.
See if I can go with her.
Absolutely, the both of you can do that. We are going to do a series of 3 contested either athletics or acrobatics checks. You guys are going to have to beat a DC that I'm going to set by rolling a D20 and a D4. So this DC can be as high as 24 or as low as 2. Okay?
Okay.
And you're going to have to beat 2 out of the 3 of them to make it onto the ship. Okay?
Great.
Let's go ahead and do the first one. And this is also, if you have magic stuff, now is the time to start doing magic. Don't forget that you are both full spellcasters.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I can get close enough to Mylar, I would cast Dimension Door so that we can get up to the crowd further.
A Dimension Door, I will say, clears one of the checks for both of you for free. I just need you to go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. We're going to do DC 15 to see if you can break your way through the crowd, or you can do an athletics check, your pick, to see if you can break your way through the crowd fast enough to surpass one of the checks for free.
I rolled a 19 acrobatics.
Absolutely. You clear it. If you are willing, Mylar, you can get Dimension Door past one of these checks.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I will ignore my first set of rolls, and you guys just get through it clear. We're going to do the second set of rolls. You guys just need to clear one more. Okay?
Great. Well, the ironic thing is, right before Sam said that, I was going to Dimension Door us. So
Let's go.
I'm going to Dimension Door us the second check.
100%. You jump past the last barrier. You do a quick bit of spell casting. I am actually I'm going to roll. Actually, I just want one of you to roll a luck check. You guys want a number higher than a 10.
Okay.
Okay? This is just a 50-50 shot. You want a number higher than a 10. Somebody do it.
Go for it, Sam. I don't trust my dice right now.
Okay, hang on. There you go. I need the dice. Come on. 13.
13. Okay. There is nobody in range who could counterspell you. You see the first spell go off, and you see as people start to catch on to what you're doing, you run for like 20 feet, and you go to cast your second Dimension Door, and somebody reaches out to counterspell you, but they are just far enough out of range. They're 70 feet away. They're missing you by 10 feet. You see it rocketing towards you guys as you look back, Mylar, and you appear on the ship. With the help of the members of Los Colores Vivos, it is not difficult to get all of the other people on the ship off. And so Los Colores Vivos quickly takes this situation, takes control of the ship, and there is one member who is holding a gem that, Rachel, you as a person, if I were to describe its functionality, you would recognize. They take the gem, they tap it to their forehead and tap it to this massive gem on, like, right where you would expect the helm to be, the wheel. Taps it to this, and a large spectral series of minds awakens, and the ship begins to lurch into the sky and begins to sail upward and upward. As you guys make it away, crossbows and like all sorts of ranged weapons are being fired into the bottom of the ship. But you guys make it up and above the clouds, and the leader of Los Corredores Vivos looks at you all and looks at you both and says, "Not bad. You're going to need masks, and we're going to need to teach you some things about geomancy."
That's what we're here for.
Fantastic. We are down to just a few minutes, so I'm going to start describing some things in just some large swaths of time, okay? Over the next day, I'm going to tell you guys about an aspect of the world which I may have mentioned to you guys in passing, but is very important now. In the early ages of the corruption, a lot of the planets in the solar system that Orbitura lives in had more moons. But as those moons came into contacts with portals, they split off into chunks and just became a series of low orbit asteroids. The Living Colors lands the ship next to one of these low orbit asteroids, and they basically program the ship to go back down and land. And they take this rock and start building on it out of the various different materials that they're able to supply for themselves, sails and masts. And they take rope that they had brought and take hooks like eye hooks, jam them into the side of the rock, and sail this rock that is floating in low orbit using jet stream currents towards other rocks and begin to lash together a small floating city that is not by any means melded together, but is like this massive ship that is tied together by a series of ropes that binds the whole thing together. They explain to you that their plan was to use the ships, knowing that they are geomancers by primary practice, to get up to these rocks, and eventually they are going to take these rocks out of this low orbit. They're a very bizarre material, and they've been studying them for a while. They can increase and decrease the density of the rock manually so that it can come down closer to the surface to pick people up, and then decrease the density to bring it back up again. And their plan is towards the end of this year to go back down to the Quadratica and make a series of pickups to grab any members of the Living Colors and anybody who would like to be free of the Quadratica, and for the Living Colors to live in the sky. And they give you this mantra of the idea that they're not just against the Quadratica. They're coming for the thrones. They're coming for the crown. They're coming for the scion. They are coming to free anybody from any system of oppression that they identify. They want everyone out. They are, in the purest sense of the word, anarchists.
This is probably the heart of what Ethereon has been trying to do with its own efforts. But seeing them do it so much better, he is fully on board.
Yeah, absolutely. Mylar, how are you reacting to all of this?
Conflicted. I think, yeah, I think in theory, the idea of freedom is great, but also, I don't fully believe that there is a such thing as ultimate freedom. Someone is always pulling the strings and grasping for power. And so I think there's that aspect, but there is the secondary mind of Mylar that's like, maybe coming in at this level, the ground level, I could be that person in power or help to influence it. So for now, just gonna go along with it and try and be helpful. I think maybe create some videos just to let people know that there are rumors that the Hexlight is siphoning people of their power. Obviously, assuming that probably a lot of her videos are gonna get shut down or taken down.
When you open up your Hexlight next, everything you've made is gone.
Yeah.
They've there's been a heavy restriction on everything Mylar Glass, except for like your early stuff, which was just pro Hexlight, pro Myth Unending.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah. So I'll try and, if I still have access, like whatever knowledge I have of the dark Hexlight, the dark web.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just start disseminating information there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And communicating with the people that I had built relationships with in the Quadratica. Obviously, people can do what they want, but just to spread, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So as we are sort of rounding off our time here, I need a couple of things from you guys. Firstly, Sam, I want you to roll a D100. And I want you to roll this. Actually, I'm just going to let this be a D100. I'm going to let the dice determine the story.
93.
93?
93. 903.
Holy crap, I was hoping for a number somewhere in the middle. Okay, 93. When eventually Los Colores Vivos does come back down, there is too much of the population ready to get on their new ship that they've created. They cannot take everybody who wanted to come because 93% of the citizens had been persuaded by a lot of the messaging that had been sent out. 93% of the Quadratica was ready to leave, and they just couldn't take everybody on board. And so now the Quadratica is at 50% of its original population, as half of the entire society has come on board with Los Colores Vivos. Mylar, I need you to roll for me 3d20.
Okay.
And add up the
First
totals.
one's a natural 19. Second one is a 12. Third one's a 16.
To a total of.
Oh, hold on.
19,
Math.
12, 16.
Those are all
31.
37.
47.
We broke Reese.
Okay.
Is that right? Hold on. I'm gonna trust my phone. I don't want to steer you wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check the
12,
math.
16.
Plus 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, 47.
47. Okay. Great. You won't know what that is yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know once we have everybody back on the call.
Cool.
Is there, this is where we're going to end the episode. Is there anything anybody wants to plug? I'm going to plug our Patreon, patreon.com/Tavern of Tomes. Come on, join us as a fly on the wall, a regular, or trying to get off the ground, become a member of the Inkwell.
Nope, just multi-nerds for now.
Multi-nerds.
Maybe I'll have something new one day, but
phenomenal podcast, really funny people, talking all things nerddom. Sam, anything? We're just continually in the works.
In the works until further notice.
In that case, thank you all for joining us. You're always welcome at the tavern, and come back next week, because this story is not over yet. We love you all. Good night.
Yeah.
bye.